All right, guys, here we go. We are here finally at the main event, even as Merab Dvalishvili takes on Petr Yan 2 for the bantamweight strap. Petr Yan's not scared to fight Merab. Oh, head kick land on Merab. Oh, hit him to get the body again. This is a great fight. Oh! What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We got UFC 323 on right now. Merab taking on Petr Yan, and the first fight that we're going to be watching and reacting to is Payton Talbott taking on Triple C Henry Cejudo. Oh, nice leg kick for Henry. Nice. There's two. There's three. Them fucking things hurt, guys. Tell you that right now. Oh shit! Okay, Payton. Oh! Damn, he hit Henry with his own inside trip, motherfucker. That's when you gotta hang him up, boys. When you get hit with your own move, when nobody hit me with my mighty whiz bar, but when somebody did, I was gonna hang him up. There you go, Henry. Fuck that shit. On status. Yeah. Old man. Oh, you threw him down. Don't get up, Henry. Get up, Henry. Oh, fuck. I mean, Henry's clipping him, but I just don't feel Henry has that same pop like he usually does when he's, you know, when he's younger. I mean, that's just a given. See, that's the thing, man. Like, do you want to go out? Like, I don't hear he talked about it, right? He says, like, man, I should have never came back because there's a mystique about him, about, you know, going out in the Shield, 2 divisional champ, and then now just getting fucking worked by a young Payton Talbott. It just, you know, it just kind of like beat your body up, man. It just fucking sucks. That's a wrap for Henry Cejudo, Triple C. They're giving this fucker another speech in Octagon. Nobody gets 2 speeches in the Octagon. I won that fucking fight if it wasn't for the stupid ass judges. I left and to go make more money. Best decision I ever made in my life.
Your speech was better.
My speech, oh, of course, baby. My wife! All right, get the next one. The co-main event. Alex Pantoja taking on Joshua Van for the flyweight championship of the world. Yeah, Pantoja just throws a kitchen sink at you, even when he throws his leg kick. Oh yeah! Hey boys, guess what? The 11 consecutive title streak stays intact. I mean, that's part of the game, guys. Like, to keep going in and doing it over and over, time and time again, over and over and over. It's hard, man. I mean, it's a sport where anything can fucking happen. You know what I mean? All right, guys, here we go. We are here finally at the main event, even as Merab Dvalishvili takes on Petr Yan 2 for the bantamweight strap. I have Merab winning this fight. That man does not fucking stop. Damn! Yan's coming for today. Yan ain't gonna miss those guys. Oh! Sorry, baby. It's a big overhand right by Petr Yan. I think that the story of this fight so far is Petr Yan's takedown defense. Like, he's pretty much defended every single one of the takedowns of Merab. Round 3. You look at the damage on Merab's face too. And Petr Yan's like having better octagon control because look, he's trying to engage in the fight where Merab's just staying louder the whole entire time. Oh, he just spiked Merab in the head. Like, I think what separates Petr Yan from all of Merab's other challengers is Petr Yan's not scared to fight Merab. Oh! He fucking yelled. This is a great fucking fight. Yeah, see, they got to give some for those takedown defense. He's thrown 22 and he's only landed 2 of them. Oh! Hit him to get the body again. We're not seeing that old-fashioned, that traditional Merab just mauling somebody right now, right? Petr Yan's just taking a fight to Merab, and that's just the biggest difference. Usually people fold underneath this. So right now he's just staying on him. So it's all like all this waste of motion. Petr Yan's just staying there like this, being nice and tight, nice and tight, nice and tight. And then he goes, blah, blah, and he does a quick combination. Then they exchange, and he goes to the body. Take that defense, gets his hips back. Now he stays there. He stays inside that void. He puts his hands out there. Like, that's the biggest thing, is that constant hand in there. And he doesn't really move this hand off his face to put on the southpaw orthodox. Oh, head kick land on Merab. Great fight. Great fight. I think sometimes when an athlete keeps on fighting like that, I mean, this is fucking 4th fight in a year, guys. That's 4 weight cuts. That's 4 training camps. That's 8, 16, You know, that's 32 weeks of just hard training inside of the camp. And then the body kick, god damn. That was a great fucking fight, man. But I mean, you guys should see how hard it is to stay champion, man. Like, everybody's coming for you. Everybody's adapting to you. Everybody's constantly watching you and trying to develop a strategy to beat you. All right, boys, let's get off and cook this for you, boys. Ow. If you guys didn't know, this video is sponsored by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is a daily fantasy sports game played directly from your phone. It's very simple. Get on your phone, go to your app store and download PrizePicks. When you do that, use my promo code MIGHTY. Cool promotion going on right now. You play $5, you're gonna get $50 in your lineup. And tonight we came close. We went with less with 80 and a half strikes with Joshua Van. We went less with significant strikes with Brandon Moreno with 47 and a half. And then with Merab Dvalishvili. This man, we didn't think he was gonna land 109 and a half significant strikes. I don't think he landed 109 significant strikes. I don't know who's fucking counting these strikes, but they said he went over that. So we came up with an L tonight, but it's all good, baby, because we had a good time playing and making it picks at the right place, which is PrizePicks. Now, shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to, you know, the breakdown of It's the Reaction. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We just got done watching UFC 323. Petr Yan taking on Merab Dvalishvili, and we have a brand new bantamweight champion in Petr Yan. And then in the flyweight division, we have a new king. I don't want to call him a king. We have a new champion, Joshua Van beating Alex Pantoja. And then you had Tatsuro Taira beating Brandon Moreno. And then you had Henry Cejudo coming up short against, you know, Payton, Talbott. I'm gonna start there. So first off, congrats to Henry Cejudo on an absolute amazing career. Now, when Henry Cejudo, before he retired, he was the triple king. He was a flyweight champion, he was the bantamweight champion, he defended the flyweight belt, and he also defended the bantamweight belt. He takes some time off, has some children, gets married, and he decides to come back. He comes back, he fights Alexandre Sterling, he comes up with an L on that. Then he fights against Merab, he takes an L on that, and then he fights Son Yadong. His eyeballs get donged by Son Yadong, and he takes an L on that. And then he has his final fight against Payton Talbott. And he loses there. So he goes on a 4-fight losing streak before he retires from mixed martial arts. I always say this, I always feel like it's my fault that I you know, kind of brought him back out of retirement, or I kind of gave him some words to come out of retirement. I said, man, it's literally the easiest money you can make. There's nowhere in the world where a man who's 5'3" or 5'4", 125, 105 pounds, go out there and fight, train for 8 weeks, rather fight and make 350, you know, 350K, 6 figures, right? It's very hard to find it. So it's easy money from an athlete's perspective, but he paid the price for this. I mean, he got banged up. He was doing a good job, but he kept on flinching and flinching and flinching. And, you know, Father Time is undefeated, right? Like, he's a businessman. He's got the Pound for Pound podcast. He's got his wife. He's got his 2 beautiful children. His mind isn't where it was back in 2015, 16, 17, 18 when he went on that nice run to become, you know, Triple C. But amazing fight from Henry Cejudo. But let's talk about Payton Talbott. He actually really surprised me. I haven't seen many of his fights. I feel he hasn't fought anybody the caliber of Henry Cejudo. You know, Henry Cejudo, like I said before, double champ, defended both belts. But Payton really surprised me. He did a good job. He rocked Henry, dropped Henry, hit Henry Cejudo with that inside trip. I think Henry Cejudo probably taught him that when he went to go train with them. And Payton did a good job of using his range and keeping Henry far away and blasting a double leg takedown against Henry Cejudo when he fought as well. So Payton really surprised me. I did not expect that from him, but I had Henry winning that fight, but I picked Henry to win that fight, but I came up short on that one. Now, congrats to Henry, congrats to Payton Talbott. I don't know what's next for Payton, but I'm sure he's on the uprising. He's still young. So, but let's go to the next fight. Brandon Moreno taking on Tatsuro Taira. Now, I said it before, every single time you hear about Japanese athletes, right? Japanese MMA, you always hear about Kai Asakura, or you always hear about Kyojo Horiguchi. You never hear about Tatsuro Taira. Now you got to. I think he is the next athlete to become a world champion out of Japan. Japan has never had a UFC world champion. They've had Rising champion, they had Dream champions, they had One Championship champions, but they never had a Japanese mixed martial arts UFC champion. I think Taira is going to be that. Now, the first round between Brandon Moreno and Taira, Tatu was trying to get the fight to the ground, but I felt like he had the speed advantage against Brandon Moreno. He comes across with a blitzing right hand and a left hook, misses both, but Brandon Moreno's doing a good job lowering his elevation, keeping his hands down, and defending the takedown. But Taira kept on trying to go to the takedown. He shot the first takedown. They get in a grappling exchange. Taira goes for the takedown, but when he does that, he ends up, Brandon Moreno ends up reversing it and going for a a triangle. And the triangle configuration was a little bit awkward, but Taira was able to get him against the cage to stuff it. And at one point I was like, man, why doesn't Brandon Moreno just keep him off that, like, kick him off that leg? What he ended up doing at the very end of the round, take him off that base. That way Taira's butts hit the ground, and then he can start coming up and then going for bringing an arm across or go for the Kimura or whatnot. But he wasn't able to do that. Taira was able to keep his body pressed against the cage and not allowing him to do what he had to do. But Taira was able to press Brandon Moreno against the cage and stack him. The fight, the first round ends with Taira end up on top, and then Brandon Moreno releasing the triangle. Second round comes out. Taira comes out there. He's moving around. He gets a double leg, lands on top and mount essentially on Brandon Moreno. Brandon Moreno turns. Taira goes to his side. He gets the body triangle, locks it up. Brandon Moreno turtles. He goes belly down. Taira gets up, puts his hips into his back, rains down some hard shots. One thing I love about Taira when he grapples is that he's always offensive grappling. Like, you see a lot of athletes, they'll get the back, they'll do a body triangle and they'll just hold. Or they'll take somebody down, go to side control and just hold. Where Taira shines better than everybody else is when he gets a certain dominant position of somebody, he's raining down hard shots to finish the fight. He gets Brandon Moreno in that belly down position. It's almost like a checkmate, and he lands some hard shots on the side of the neck and the head, and then the referee stepped in, I believe, way too early, but that is the beginning of the sign of the position that Taira had Brandon Moreno in it is almost like you're going to take some nasty ass shots before you get out of there. And I think the ref kind of saved him from taking those shots. So great fight from Taira. I think he is going to be the next Japanese champion. You know, like I said, when I go to Japan, nobody ever talks about Taira. It's always Kyojo Horiguchi, Kai Asakura in the lower weight divisions. Now I think they got to start putting some respect on Taira. Now let us go to the co-main event of the evening. Alex Pantoja making another title defense against a very young uprising star, Joshua Van. Now, this fight was anticlimactic. It was very like, oh fuck, that sucked, because I think we're in for a great fight. Let's talk about what happened first. Alex Pantoja comes out there. He does what he does. He throws these leg kicks. He throws these punches. He's trying to bulldog Joshua Van. Joshua Van's doing a good job of like defending the takedown and trying to weather the storm, because I think Pantoja does a good job of just overwhelming people with just the constant pressure, constant punches, taking people down, getting their back body triangle. Joshua Van was prepared for that. He does a good job of trying to separate him, keeping him away. And then Pantoja throws a beautiful high kick, lands, not flush, like boom, but it lands, and Joshua Van picks him up and pushes him off his foot, and Pantoja goes to plant. And then they said his shoulder dislocated, but I think we all saw in the world that something would happen with that elbow. I think his elbow dislocated, not the shoulder, or it could be both, but his elbow dislocated, I feel like, and he felt it and he basically waved it off. And now Joshua Van is a champion. And I truly felt that Alex Pantoja was going to be able to break my 11 consecutive title defenses. Even though he was only at 5, I mean, he still had 6 or 7 more to go, but I didn't see anybody in that rise that can give him the challenge. Granted, Alex Pantoja is 35 years old. Now that he has lost the belt, that clock starts all over, baby. Starts all over. And all I got to say is, when you think about trying to be consistent in mixed martial arts, whether I was ahead of my time or I was just that fucking good or everybody just sucked, as you guys said, showing up 11 consecutive times on weight, passing every single drug test, and being dominant and continuing to get better with flowing the mighty whiz bar and the flying knee and all that stuff. It just shows you how hard it is to do. So, but let's talk about Joshua Van. I think Joshua Van is great. He does something very good, which is he's on the feet. He throws great combinations. He is young. He's only 24 years old. I would like to see him do some double leg takedowns. I think it's just going to make his game even that much better. You know, when I see young athletes and they go, they can hit hard and fast. Add a takedown in there. Add a takedown. Take the back. You know, start wrestling. But I'm excited to see him. Now they're saying that he's gonna be fighting Taira next for defending his belt, which I'd love to see that. They both didn't get injured, so we could probably see that in the first quarter in the brand new Paramount UFC when they go over to there. So congrats to Joshua Van being 24 and becoming the champion, and best wishes to speedy recovery for Alexandre Pantoja. Now let us get to the main event of the evening. Merab Dvalishvili taking on Petr Yan. Now I had Merab. Just so you guys know, I went 0-4 on my picks. I picked Henry, I picked Moreno, I picked Pantoja, and I also picked Merab to win, and I went 0-4 tonight, which is okay. I'm okay with that. I thought the thesis or the theory I had of how these fights were going to play out could have played out the way they did, but I was totally wrong, and that's what happens. Sometimes you get it wrong. But let's talk about Merab versus Petr Yan. Now, what Merab does very well, if you look at all the guys he's fought, from Henry Cejudo to Jose Aldo to Sean O'Malley twice to Corey Sandhagen. I mean, you go down the list of all the guys that Merab has fought. He does one single thing to all of them, and that's break them. He breaks all of his opponents by taking him down over and over and over and over and over again, and then eventually get him taking him down, and then just grind and pound him, and the machine just keeps on spinning people out. But not Petr Yan. Petr Yan took the fight to Merab, meaning that each time Merab failed a takedown defense, Petr Yan was right in his face, doing this, doing this, doing this. And each time they would exchange, Petr Yan would always go to the body, right? Hits him with that body shot, they exchange, whack, hits him, Merab had me weak because he was giving a grimace each time he got hit in the body, right? Petr Yan throws that body kick. And you notice each time Petr Yan threw a body kick, it was either from southpaw position or it was changing. It was a quick like whaba. Merab does keep his hands up super high, so that liver is there all the time, and Petr Yan was able to capitalize on it. But I think the biggest thing that we have to look at is Petr Yan's conditioning, taking the fight to Merab, and also defending the takedown. If Merab can't get the takedown, then his game cannot flourish. He can still beat you, right? Like he beat Corey Sandhagen on the feet, but his game is evolved around that takedown. If he's able to get takedown or wear you down and break you mentally and physically and your spirit and your conditioning, he will maul you. But that's something he couldn't do to Petr Yan. Petr Yan was there every step of the way, and Petr Yan was not scared to take him down by shooting a double leg, securing a takedown. Merab bellies down and stands right back up. That's one thing both those guys did very well, is each time they did get taken down, they would belly down, stand up, and then get back to fighting, because both those guys aren't seatbelts. They don't grab a seatbelt, put the hooks in, and start, looking for chokes or body triangles. So that's one of the things that they both did very well, and that's why none of them could hold each other down. But Petr Yan was not scared to take Merab down. Even when Merab would go for the guillotine, Petr Yan would pick him up and slam him, spiked him on his head, and that's one thing. Each time Merab fails the takedown, and each time Merab gets taken down and has to belly down, that is a gas being drained from the machine. And let's look at the facts too. Merab, that's his 4th title defense this year. That's his 4th weight cut this year. This man is always in camp. Guys, believe it or not, doesn't matter how genetically gifted you are, everybody is human and your body needs rest. And like Merab says, he's not making any excuses. But I think doing 4 fights in a year, that is a fucking lot. That is 32 weeks of hard training. 32 weeks. I think what Merab needs, he needs 10 weeks, relaxing, go on a date, get some girls in the jacuzzi instead of the men. That's something Petr Yan was saying. I thought it was kind of funny. And just relax. He's made a lot of money right now. He's not married. He ain't got no kids. He's got to pay those taxes, get some investments going, invest in that Funk Harbor with his boy Aljo, and just relax and smell the roses. Smell the roses. You've done a lot this year. Relax, and I cannot wait to see Merab back. Now, let's talk about Petr Yan. Petr Yan looked determined as ever. It's probably the best we've ever seen Petr Yan fight. It's going for southpaw, the orthodox, keeping a hand in front. Each time Merab would fail a takedown, Petr Yan was right inside of the void, throwing some type of exchange, and each time they would end up leaving that void, or when Merab would run away, he would always hit him in the body, and Merab would yelp. I was dying laughing. My wife was like, why are you laughing? I was like, watch the replay. And he goes, ah! And sometimes, I've been hurt to the body, but you would never know because you're going to have that poker face. But, Merab is a very charismatic man. So, congrats to Petr Yan. You know what? When I look at the 135-pound division, it just opens everything up. You have Sean O'Malley taking on Son Yadong here pretty soon. That fight right there, that can get back in title contention. I would like to see Merab take some time off. Just take some time off. There's nothing wrong with that. So you can see Petr Yan versus Sean 2. You see Son Yadong get an opportunity to fight for the belt. A lot of new fresh matchups potentially at 135. So we can see. So guys, I truly enjoyed breaking down these fights. I like doing this better. I know you guys we did a couple live instant reaction when I was sitting there talking to you guys on YouTube, but I like this more because I like to watch the fights, I like to digest them, and I feel when I do that, I can come in here and give you guys a good recap of what I saw tonight at UFC 323. So guys, make sure you guys like, subscribe, also hit the bell to go live. And hey boys, hey, you know what? I got it wrong. I went 0-4 tonight. And next time when we do, the next UFC, which will be in January, guys, just pick against me. Just whatever I say, just go opposite of me, and you're clear to win it. So make sure you guys like, subscribe. Also hit the bell to know when we go live. And we will be dropping the Void breakdowns on Monday. Peace.